All right, welcome. We're live here in Barnesville High School, getting ready for this Hunter Lake Section 8 AA matchup between the Barnesville Trojans coming in at 8-5 on the season, and the Breckenridge Cowboys coming in at 10-3 on the season. These two teams played 1 year ago on the day in this gym. It was the play-in round of the Section 8 of the section tournaments, and Barnesville would win that game by the final score of 70-52. Now, the Breckenridge has graduated a couple of players since that game, obviously, as have Barnesville. But we're certainly looking at what could happen here in this one as we take a look at what Breckenridge has been able to do so far this season. Let's see here. I need to push another button. Hang on a second here, folks. There we go. Okay, so Breckenridge started the season off here with a 5-0 win, a 5-0 win. What I meant to say was that they won 5 in a row. They were 5-0 through the first 5 games. Last time these two teams played, it was down in Breckenridge on February 2nd, and the Cowboys would pick up a 2-point win in overtime, 61-59 over the Trojans. So you can tell, I don't really have to say much more, but you got to have this sense that Barnesville they're tasting blood in this one here. They want to get it back. And then so after that game with Barnesville, that would make them 5-0, and then they would fall the Wahpeton Huskies 84-76. Bounce off that with a 72-57 win over Frazee. Fall in a couple of games in a row to Morris area and also Perham 57-40. We have that game for you here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. After Breckenridge had beaten Perham earlier in the season by the final score of 59-46. You were kind of wondering if Breckenridge could do it again at home and snap the Perham Yellow Jackets home winning streak. Did not happen. Perham got their revenge, and they took care of things convincingly by a 17-point margin, 57-40. But since then, since that loss to Perham, they have not lost since then. They won in overtime, 79-74 over Pelican Rapids, picked up a nice 86-68 win over East Grand Forks, toppled Dilworth Glendon Felton 84-65. And most recently, they would pick up a 13-point win, 73-60 on March 2nd on the road at Hawley. And matter of fact, that game at Hawley starts a 6-game road trip to wrap up the regular season for Breckenridge. They were at Hawley last night. They're at Barnesville tonight. They'll be at Moorhead on Saturday, tomorrow. And then on Monday, March 8th, they'll be at DGF. On March 11th, they'll be at Wheaton-Herman Norcross. And then they'll finish off the regular season in Frazee on March 13th. And I was talking with Nick Cornier, the athletic director at Frazee. Breckenridge fans will have that game on March 13th live, I believe. Yes, live on Magnitude Sports. We were, since our North Dakota coverage comes to an end tomorrow, we've been looking at some Minnesota schedules to see what games we can fill in some blanks with. So Breckenridge at Frazee on March 13th. Breckenridge fans, circle your calendars on that one. It's going to be live on Magnitude Sports from Frazee High School. And we're looking forward to that one. I want to say thanks to our buddy and pal, athletic director Nick Cornier at Frazee High School for allowing us to come out and broadcast that game. Before I get into Barnesville, I want to welcome in my broadcast partner here, Eric Tianson. Eric, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. We just had a great JV game. Just finished that up not that long ago. Had a blast calling that one. I feel like we're going to have a similarly great time in this one as well. I love how you're talking about the history between these two schools. I've been hearing a lot about this is just one of the great rivalries in Minnesota State high school basketball, and I'm excited to be a part of the next chapter of this rivalry.
Yeah, definitely. And, well, I'm glad you didn't say you had something going on tonight, because you're more than likely going to miss out on something cool tonight. Let's take a look at Barnesville. They started off the season 2 wins in a row. They were 2-0 with a 76-52 win over Frazee. And then on January 22nd, they would host Perham and snap their 31-game winning streak, defeating the Yellow Jackets 67-53, but then they would fall in the games to follow, 76-68 to Pelican Rapids, And then that overtime loss to Breckenridge, 61-59, back on February 2nd down in Breckenridge, 63-42 at Hawley. And at that point in the season, Barnesville was 2-3. And then they would bounce off the loss to Hawley and win 4 in a row over Wheaton, Herman, Norcross, Hancock, Pelican Rapids, and Frazee by the scores of 65-52, 68-31, 72-60, and 79-64. Then they would travel up to Perham to see if, 1, they could break their winning streak, and 2, break their home winning streak, but they weren't able to do that. Yellow Jackets took care of the Trojans back on February 25th by a final score of 64-51. But then Barnesville would come back home and pick up a 6-point victory over the East Grand Forks Green Wave, 58-52. And then a game that, Eric, you were here for on Monday, the kickoff the month of March, on March 1st. A 2-point victory over the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels, and what a game that was.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the best, if not the best game that I've done with Magnitude so far. Definitely a highlight.
It is. I believe it's number 2 on your list. I believe. Because Barnesville defeated Dilworth Glendon Felton 66-64, and then you went to Perham, and Perham defeated Frazee 66-64, and you said that was the best game you had ever done. So which one is it, Perham Frazee or Barnesville DGF, if you had to decide now?
It's tough putting me on the spot right here. Well, I got to say, I got to go with the Perham Frazee game. The fact that we almost saw history there, seeing Perham's winning streak almost getting snapped, also just my first time ever being to Perham in general, let alone the Hive. That was a cool experience as well.
Yeah, that's definitely a remarkable atmosphere up in Perham, no doubt about it. Well, after today's game with Breckenridge, Barnesville will be on the road taking on the West Central Area Knights on Monday. Then they'll come back home on Thursday, March 11th, the matchup with the Hawley Nuggets. Saturday, March 13th, Detroit Lakes. Eric will be here for that one, as I'll be in Frazee for Frazee and Breckenridge, so we'll have a couple of games for you on Magnitude at the same time on March 13th. And then Barnesville will go on the road on Monday, March 15th to end the regular season at Dilworth Glendon Felton. And, well, I mean, you're talking about a 2-point loss in overtime last time Barnesville played Breckenridge, and Dilworth Glendon Felton, a 2-point loss when they were here. Same feelings that Barnesville has towards Breckenridge tonight. I'm pretty sure they're probably similar what DGF is feeling looking into that March 15th game with Barnesville, because I don't know if DGF watched the tape on that game or not, but they certainly had a chance to win it at the end there, and they decided to take the 3 when they had a guy wide open, nobody even within a couple yards of him, and he could have passed it down there and he could have kissed it off the glass and sent the game to overtime. So you got to think DGF is waiting for that opportunity, and what a way to have that opportunity on the final game of the regular season. That's gonna, if DGF wins that game, and I'm not saying that they will or they won't, but I'm saying if they do, that's going to be a huge momentum booster going into the postseason. That's exactly when you want those momentum boosters, confidence boosters is what I meant to say, is going into the postseason. Well, we're about 5 minutes away from the opening announcement, so we'll take a time out here. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors, including Superior Builders in Breckenridge, Red River Grain in Breckenridge, OSPTI in Breckenridge, Hankinson, and Fergus Falls, and State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick on Minnesota Avenue in Breckenridge, proudly cheering on the Cowboys in tonight's broadcast. And our friends at Midwest Bank and Dean's Bulk Service in Barnesville, and last but not least, the Barnesville Takedown Club, proudly supporting Barnesville Trojan Wrestling here on Magnitude Sports, and wishing all the other Trojan athletic teams the best of luck in their contests. And so Midwest Bank, Dean's Bulk Service, and the Barnesville Takedown Club proudly cheering on the Barnesville Trojans here in tonight's broadcast as well. With that said, we'll take a 2-minute timeout and be right back after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Maybe we won't take the timeout.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save and Sea stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season.
OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI, we strive to meet your goals. OSPTI, a proud supporter of high school athletics. No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Brad about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643-3738.
Superior Builders in Breckenridge specializes in post-frame buildings with 25 years worth of knowledge and experience in the post-frame industry. Licensed and insured, Superior Builders offers pre-engineered commercial buildings, farm shops, hobby buildings, and storage buildings. Superior Builders also offers a 40-year paint warranty and lifetime column warranty. Superior Builders in Breckenridge, building your dream to last. 701-238-7740. That's 701-238-7740. When is the last time you reviewed your insurance coverages? Are you sure they are keeping pace with things in your life that may have changed? Now more than ever, it is important that you have the right coverages in place. Your local State Farm agent, Amanda Frederick, is here to help answer your insurance questions and provide a free comparison to your current policies and coverages. She has a fully licensed and local team ready to assist. Stop in or call for a free policy comparison. State Farm agent Amanda Frederick, proud to support Cowboy and Cowgirl athletics. All right, welcome back. Final seconds of the pregame activities ticking down here. We'll send it down to our PA announcer, who I believe is going to talk right about now. Okay, I believe I was off by a couple seconds. Right. I watched him. He hit the button. Now he's not talking. He must have hit the mute button. So.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Barnesville High School for tonight's game featuring the Breckenridge Cowboys and your Barnesville Trojans. Students, parents, teachers, and administration would like to extend a warm welcome to our friends from Breckenridge. For everyone's safety, masks must be worn at all times within the school. Social distancing guidelines must be followed at all times with the exception of immediate family members. At the conclusion of tonight's contest, we ask that you immediately exit the gym. Following these guidelines will allow us to have spectators at our events, give our athletes and coaches a chance to complete their seasons. Now at this time, we ask that you rise if you are able, remove any headwear, and face our nation's flag as we play.
All right, we'll take a break and be back after the national anthem here with your starting lineups.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save and Sea stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. All right, welcome back. Your starting lineups, starting with the Breckenridge Cowboys.
The 6-foot senior, number 4, Cooper Yankee. A 5'7" senior, number 5, J.R. Perez.
And otherwise known as Junior Perez. Update on the girls' game. Barnesville leads Breckenridge 3-2 at last check. We'll keep you updated on that score as we get more scores from that game coming into us.
And a 6'2" senior, number 34, Jonah Christensen. Head coach of the Cowboys, Stephen Lipp, assistant coach.
So once again, Cooper Yagi, Junior Perez, Sebastian Anderson, Anthony Konzemius, and Jonah Christensen, your starters for the Breckenridge Cowboys, who are coached by head coach Stephen Lipp, and his assistants include, if I can pull it out here on the roster, there are no head coaches on the roster. So Stephen Lipp and his unknown assistants. And now, for the Barnesville Trojans, coached by head coach Chad Suter and his assistants Tracy Hines, Jensen Beachy, and Dion Bredman. And that's Jack Nielsen, a 5'5 junior. And you got a 5'9 junior forward, Cam Heng.
Number 5,
Adam Tonsfeld, in the loss to Moorhead yesterday, set the all-time scoring record for Barnesville. Adam Tonsfeld comes into this game with 1,517 points. So there's your starters for Barnesville as they do their starting routine there. Once again, you got Jack Nielsen, Cam Heng, along with Caden Zenzen, and Noah Kraus.
These individuals are registered by the Minnesota State High School League. Officials playing a front row.
Once again, my name is Mike Mason alongside Eric Tianson. All the play-by-play. Eric will be chiming in with his color commentary comments, and we'll be ready to rock and roll here. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by Superior Builders, Midwest Bank, Red River Grain, Dean's Bulk Service, OSPTI, and Amanda Frederick, State Farm Agent in Breckenridge, along with the Barnesville Takedown Club, making this game broadcast possible, and we certainly appreciate the support of all those sponsors. Caden Zenzen up against Anthony Konzemius, and we're underway here in the first half of play. As Breckenridge will contain the tip there, Junior Perez will fire it near side here for Anderson. Anderson uses up his dribble, gets it up here on the near wing into the hands of Konzemius, who fires it back over to Perez. And now that is Christensen backing up 2 defenders instead of 1. Ball tipped into the hands there of Cooper Yagi. Now they'll fire it over 2 passes later to the far side there for Konzemius. Ball tipped, and it's scooped up there by Cam Heng. Heng will get it to Tonsfeld, fires it up to Nielsen. Nielsen to the hoop and scores.
That's a great start for Barnesville right there. You can also see the amount of respect that Christensen commanding down low. You talked about, look at all those defenders that just collapsed into the paint as soon as he got the ball.
And a shot attempt there by Sebastian Anderson. And over and back will be the call. He tried to save it, but kind of lost his balance, and that'll be turnover number 1 of the game. That's the one. So the first bucket goes to Barnesville. The first turnover goes to the Cowboys. And Now the inbounds pass will be triggered to Tonsville as he crosses the timeline as we approach 17 minutes to go. Kraus, top of the key, feeds it down. Zenzen against Christensen. Zenzen with the 2 points, and it's a 4-0 lead here for the Barnesville Trojans. Here's Perez bringing it back. Down to the baseline, stops, runs into a double team. Fires it out there, Christensen has it. Check that, Conzenius. And a nice move by Cooper Yagi to get the Cowboys on the board, and it's 4-2. Once again, Breckenridge 10-3 coming into this game. Barnesville 8 wins, 5 losses coming into this game. Last time these two teams played, it was a 2-point victory for the Cowboys in overtime. Tonsfeld hits the 3.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're Barnesville. Tonsfeld getting that record last night. Already got that out of the way, so now that's not in the back of his mind right there. He can just go out and play his game.
I don't know if you saw what happened there, but I wonder if Cooper Yagi is going to remember that one for the rest of his life. That one just got pickpocketed from behind, and it ricocheted off the face of Yagi into the hands of Tonsfeld, and Tonsville takes it down to the other end of the court and scores. Here's a baseline jumper for Perez, won't go. Zenzen with the rebound. 9-2 in favor of Barnesville, and well, you know, they got a fast start against Moorhead last night, and we saw what happened in the second half, so don't count Breckenridge out just yet, even though they're down 7 at the moment. Rebound there by Yagi. He'll bring it back up the court. 15:33 and counting to go as he hands it off to Perez. 5-on-5. Perez being guarded there by Tonsfeld. And now pulling up for the 3 is Christensen. He hits it.
Well, that's a terrifying sight right there. You see someone built like Christensen that can hit the 3 with ease. That's just the way that the game of basketball in general has gone. You got to worry about every single player on the court pulling up and shooting. That's no exception right there. Nice bucket.
Jonah Christensen in the roster stands 6'2". On the basketball court, I think he stands 6'8".
Yeah, certainly does not play like he's 6'2", that's for sure.
9-5 is our score, 15:20 to go. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back. Mike Mason alongside Eric Tiongson. It's Barnesville 9 and Breckenridge 5, and Tonsville will set up on the baseline, and he'll be pushed off the baseline by Noah Kraus, and probably a little bit more play-by-play than my voice wants to do. Tonsfeld enters the other side of the court now. He'll pull up for a 3. In and out. Wow. I thought that was going to come to a stop on the back of the rim there for a moment. Cooper Yagi would drive into the paint, and I don't know how he got that one up off the glass at all, but he's going to earn a trip to the free throw line. Nicely done there by the 6-foot senior, Cooper Yagi.
Well, I like that you mentioned senior right there. That sort of leads into my point with Tonsfeld and really any other senior on this court. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but unless things shake out a certain way in the playoffs, this is the last game between these two teams for these seniors. So this is going to be like, for example, Adam Tonsfeld's last game versus Breckenridge. Might be a little extra motivation for him as well as the rest of the seniors.
Yeah, and I would say the same thing is flipped for the seniors on Breckenridge too. So missed free throw, Perez for a 3, won't go, and the rebound for Zenzen. Already have him down for 4 rebounds, 1 offensive, 3 defensive for Caden Zenzen. As Cooper Yagi goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And it's now 12, or check that, 0 for 2. Sorry. Anthony Kazemius gets the foul. And Zenzen connects. Trojans 100%, Cowboys 0% from the free throw line. But only 2 free throws have been made, now make it 3. 2 for 2 for Zenzen. He has a quick 4, and it's 14-5 now as Barnesville don't want to say comfortable lead, but right now, so far, so good.
Yeah, this is about the perfect start for the Trojans right here. Look at already a 9-point game. They've been causing problems on both offense and defense.
Perez trying to get that one, and another defensive board there for Zenzen. Now Tonsfeld hands it off there, and they'll get it over to Nielsen. Nielsen will step back behind the three-point line, top of the key there, Hang. Now Nielsen gets it, high post jumper up, and Noah roll off the right side of the rim. Rebound goes into the hands there. Chris Nito, a 6'2 senior, into the lineup. Check that, it was 32, not 22. From a distance, it looked like 22. But Sebastian Anderson with the triple.
That catch and shoot is going to be something to watch out for. We saw Moorhead, especially in the second half last night, hit a lot of threes against this Barnesville team. Closing out on those catch and shoots is going to be big for the Trojans here.
Nice move there by Zenzen, but the rebound grabbed by Christensen. Christensen thought about firing it up court, and now they'll get it over far side there for number 12. That is Sebastian Anderson. Corner three on the way, no good there. That was from Christensen. Rebound eventually into the hands of Noah Kraus, or check that, Cam Heng, excuse me. Now Heng will have it up top, fire it over here, and that is Noah Kraus. And Kraus can't get that one to go. And coming away with it is Breckenridge. Sebastian Anderson with another rebound. I have him down for 4. High post jumper up and in from Gonzinius, and he'll knock down the deuce, and all of a sudden it's a 14-10 game, and that Barnesville lead, like I said about a minute and a half ago, you don't want to use the word comfortable, and now you know why you don't want to use that word. Nielsen for a 3, he got it!
Well, I guess Breckenridge has got to close out on those catch and shoots too, because that's, I believe, the third three-pointer now for Barnesville.
Yagi can't get it to go in, and Kraus will pull down the rebound. If there was anything comfortable about Nielsen, it's the 3. Foot on the line, long 2, he got it. Nielsen with 7 points. Adam Tonsfeld with 8 points. Your 2 leaders right now for Barnesville. A missed shot there, tipped into the corner and out of bounds. It should stay with Breckenridge, and it does.
Checking for the Cowboys, number 14, Alex Holm.
This is going to be a game of momentum swings. I love how you talked about sort of leads, like they're not safe, especially in a rivalry game like this. I think the 2 biggest cliches, and I stand by these when you look at rivalry games, records go out the window and leads go out the window, because there are just certain times when certain teams get together that just truly anything can happen.
That shot there from Anderson off the mark. They'll battle for it. And Yagi will spin in the paint, pass it back out there. Is that Alex Owen? No, it's number 34 not. Yes, it is Alex Owen, number 14. And Owen will spin, mid-block jumper up. Zenzen grabs his 5th defensive board. 19-10, and it seemed like just a moment ago it was a 2-point game, and just a moment before that it was a 9-point game in favor of Barnesville. Corner 3 for Nielsen, he got it! That is 4 3-pointers, 2 from Nielsen, 2 from Tonsfeld here in this contest. Here's Perez will draw the foul on Zenzen driving into the paint.
And I can just picture Coach Suter writing down on his whiteboard right now, get the ball to Jack Nielsen. He's made a lot of jumpers early on. This is really some of the best I've seen from him all season. A great player. Saw him get 19 points in a game a few weeks ago, and he could very well top that here at the rate he's going right now.
Well, you look at, and I know you weren't here for it, but you look at Nielsen's play from last year to this year, and he has vaulted up like 2 or 3 levels in his play. I mean, he could hit threes last year, but today, this year, he's knocking them down like it's a 3-on-3 game in the local park, you know.
Checking for the Cowboys, number 2, Adam Holm.
Tonsfeld will bring it up. Breckenridge will push their guys back. Won't put any pressure in the backcourt. Tonsfeld to Hang inside there for, that is Iniger, I believe. And now over the far side, Kraus will chase it down, getting crowded in the corner there. And they're gonna call a charge on Kraus. That'll be his first, team's third.
His first personal foul, team's third.
10:47 to go, and it's an 11-point lead. We have had no lead changes, no ties in this game. Barnesville struck first and have not given up the lead yet.
Well, I've watched enough basketball to know that an 11-point lead is not even close to a safe one.
True. Especially when you pass like that and shoot like that. Alex Holm with the triple.
I just love seeing buckets like that. I love seeing good passing get rewarded, and I think that is a well-deserved 3 points right there on that possession. Just beautiful passing.
Kraus over to Tonsfeld, up top to Hang. Now Nielsen fires it near side. Kraus drives the baseline there on Anderson, and I believe he stepped out of bounds. The ball will go back to Breckenridge.
Here we go. Here could be a momentum swing for Breckenridge right now. I talked about it earlier. Game of momentum swings. That is probably my favorite cliche. I say it almost every game, but it holds true, and we are seeing it right here, I think.
I'm not sure if I agree with that call. I think Tonsfeld tipped it out, and it went over the line, but yet they called over and back, and that'll be turnover number 6 now here on the Breckenridge Cowboys. But the official apparently saw something that I didn't, and we'll go with his call. 9:51 to go here, 22-14. Iniger makes a move in the paint, gets it up and in around Jonah Christensen.
That is one of the most fundamentally sound baskets that I think I've ever seen on a high school court. That's not exaggeration. That is a lot harder than it looks right there. Beautiful footwork.
Into the corner, Christensen passes it out up top, Adam Ohm. Now inside there for Anderson, and Anderson will draw the foul. That'll be team foul number 4 on the Trojans.
How about Tate Iniger? He's really made some strides this year if you want to talk about guys making strides. When I first started doing games, I didn't see him a whole lot in the varsity game, but I mean, now you're looking at one of the biggest games of the season, Breckenridge, and he's getting in there pretty early, and he's making a lot of plays.
Yeah, no, he's certainly stepped it up over the last 5-6 games here for Barnesville. It's Sebastian Anderson at the free throw line, and he'll connect on 2. Now make it 24-16, back to an 8-point deficit here for Breckenridge. Tonsville will fire it to Nielsen, and back to up top. That's Ryan Rusted, number 23, into the lineup. And they'll turn it over and then nearly turn it right back over, but it'll stay as a Barnesville Trojan turnover. And now the officials will discuss, and it will go to Breckenridge. And I believe that's the right call. That's the call that should have been made originally.
Yeah, he could hear a bit of uproar there when they made that original call.
Alex Ohm will get the inbounds pass, left-handed dribble, hands it off there for Yagi, back to Ohm. Now he's gonna run the baseline, pop it back out top. 20-footer on the way off the front of the rim, it won't go. Flying in for the rebound is Ryan Rusted. Rusted will get it up to, that is, what's his name again? Adam Tonsfeld? Yeah, sorry, Adam. It's just one of those moments. Outside, Rusted, foot on the line, long 2, got it. Give the assist to Adam Tonsfeld. Ryan Rusted scoring in the first half of the varsity game, getting some minutes now. We'll have looks like number, I didn't catch the number, I think it's Logan Ernst, who's going to be checking in here at the next break in action for Barnesville. Rebound there by Cooper Yagi, second chance point opportunity won't go. Third chance point for Adam Ohm.
And they had Anderson open in the corner, now they'll find him.
And that one's off the mark, and that's Tonsfeld with the rebound. That's probably got to be my biggest blunder ever in Barnesville games, is forgetting the name of the star, one of the primary stars of the team. Of course, Breckenridge fans, if YouTube had a heart on it like Facebook does, I probably would have 79 hearts on our YouTube video right now from Breckenridge fans for that little blunder.
Well, if I'm Breckenridge, I'm going to try and slow it down a little bit on offense right now. I don't want to say that they're necessarily forcing things, but especially with no shot clock, they're getting a lot of shots off early, and you look at 16 points to 28 right now. Granted, 16 points at this point in the game isn't necessarily that bad, but they seem to be taking a lot of early shots on their possession. I'd like to see them try and see if they can get the game to come to them a little bit more.
Fouls on the Trojans, number 4, Cameron Hay. That's his first personal foul, team 6.
6 team fouls. The first one on Cam Hang. Inbounds pass, catch and shoot. Yagi. No, that's off the mark, and the rebound to Iniger.
And that one I'm okay with because that's an open shot, you know. And if you're a coach, you're never going to get mad at a player for taking an open shot.
And here's a steal to the hoop and drops it in. Nicely done by Sebastian Anderson. Back to a 10-point deficit here, and Jonah Christensen will check back in for Breckenridge at the next break in action. Far side is that number 3?
Looks to be, yeah.
I'll have to look at my roster on that one. I don't have a number 3 on my roster. That was a 3-pointer, right?
I think they called it a long 2.
Okay, long 2. I'll put a question mark by that one in my stat book. 30-18. We'll get that double checked at the scorers table here in about 6.5 minutes.
Barnesville's had a few of those long 2s so far. Who says the mid-range is dead?
Tonsfeld with it again. Up top there for Hang. Back over to Tonsfeld. And let's see, that's the reason why I missed that shot. I don't know who number 3 is. It might be Carson Hagan, 5'7" sophomore. I'll have to double check that one here. We'll write him in, number 3, and if he scores, then I'll get his name in the near future here. Cooper Yagi, what a move. And he draws the foul, too, and the and 1. Back to a 10-point game.
Sorely needed for the Cowboys right there. It seems like it'd gone a long while without a bucket, or at least stringing a few buckets together right there. 3-point play, you can hear the bench get into it. I mean, that's more than just something for your highlight reel, you know. You make a big play like that, it gets everyone excited, sort of gets them back into the game. It's like, all right, guys, let's go. We're only down 10, maybe 9 after this free throw. Let's settle down. We got this.
Well, Cooper Yagi 0 for 2 so far in the game from the free throw line. We'll see if he can change that here. This is the 7th team foul on the Trojans already. Breckenridge only has 1. And no, that one will rattle off. Iniger will get another rebound. 10-point advantage here for the Trojans. They have the basketball with 6:07 and counting as Tonsville crosses the timeline. Rusted into the corner there for Kraus, excuse me. Kraus will get it back. Kraus to Rusted, fires it to Tonsfeld, quickly in the corner. Nielsen in and out for a 3. Yagi with a rebound and a travel, and now he comes down to the other end of the court, and he misses the basket and gets called for a charge. I don't know if you saw that. I think it was a travel. If it wasn't, it was dangerously close to one.
That's a very tough play right there. I think for sure in the NBA they let that one slide.
I have to talk to Rob, our buddy at Breck Sports Talk, to see if he got that one on video and if we can get a second look at that one or not.
Say we might need a second opinion on that one.
And Breck fans, if that happened to Barnesville, I'd say the exact same comment. So Adam Tonsfeld, if it wasn't a 3 last time, it was this time. And who's it gonna go? I'm not sure who it went out on. And I don't know. I don't even know if the officials know who it went out on. They're gonna give the ball to Breckenridge.
Well, I talked about Tonsfeld maybe be fired up for this being his last Breckenridge game earlier. Looked like he might have turned to the Breckenridge fans a little bit after hitting that 3. Either that or the Barnesville fans. But I love the swagger that Tonsfeld plays with. You know, I think you need a guy like that has the confidence to sort of take those tough shots, especially if he's going to be a good shooter like Tonsfeld. That we saw it on full display there.
Alex Ohm getting that last 3-pointer there for Breckenridge. Brings it back to a 10-point advantage here for Barnesville and a turnover. And Breckenridge really needs a basket on this trip down the court here.
Yeah, they got to be careful. I said this in the last game, and I'll say it last night, I should say. I'll say in this one, too. Do not want to go into halftime down double digits. I think if they can cut into this lead, go into the locker room with around 7-point deficit, I think you'd be happy, at least, given the way the game has gone so far, if you're Breckenridge.
Yagi up top. Feeds it down low there for Christensen. He'll turn around, baby hook shot up and in for Jonah Christensen. He has 5. 33-25 now is our score.
Yeah, well, that's exactly why all those bodies go into the paint. I love the baby hook right there. A little bit of Kareem in his game.
Kraus up top, Nielsen. Nielsen looks over at Tonsfeld, pushes it in the corner. Tonsfeld will get it back quickly around the horn here for Nielsen. Drives the baseline. Tried to float one up there over the 6'7" Anthony Kenzemius. And Kenzemius getting enough distraction there to be a little too strong on the shot. Back on the other side, it's Alex Ohm with the basketball now. Works it back into Christensen. Christensen, another hook shot, gets it back-to-back. Back-to-back hook shots for back-to-back buckets for for Jonah Christensen, excuse me.
Well, you can tell he has a lot of tricks up his sleeve down low. Look at the footwork, the dribbling. There's a lot of different ways he can create some space, and as you can see, he doesn't need a whole lot of space to put those in.
Long two for Tonsfeld, though. Strong, they'll whip it up the court quickly here to Alex Ohm. Ohm will wait for his teammates to catch up, and ooh, that one just off the mark a little bit. Thought for a moment there that Christensen was going to have 3 buckets on 3 possessions, but Inniger will get the rebound, and now we have a timeout for the Barnesville Trojans. So we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Brad about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643-3738.
Magnitude Sports would like to remind you that whether you're watching from home or watching from the stands, to please respect officials. Without high school officials, games are canceled and players lose playing time. Contact your local high school to find out how you can become an official and stay connected to the game you love.
All right, welcome back here. 3:11 to go here, 33-27, a 6-point advantage for Barnesville. And speaking of the number 6, tomorrow's a big day for us on Magnitude Sports. We have 6 basketball games for you, all back-to-back, starting at 10 a.m. with the 6th and final game scheduled to tip off at 8 p.m. It's the EDC tournament, as we'll have 4 state qualifiers, 2 for the boys, 2 for the girls, and we'll have 2 championship games. Girls at 1:30 and the boys at 8 o'clock. It'll be Fargo Davies and Shanley in the girls' championship. It'll be Fargo Davies and Cheyenne, number 1 versus number 3 in the championship game. And that is all live tomorrow on Magnitude Sports. Sebastian Anderson hitting the 3-pointer to pull the Breckenridge Cowboys within 3, and now they'll get a turnover. Up court quick to Cooper Yagi, and he gets a beautiful move around Noah Kraus to get the basket.
Well, so much for trying to just go into halftime down less than double digits. I mean, you could realistically look now like, hey, let's get the lead before we go into the locker room.
You know, this is kind of looking like that Moorhead game last night, as we had 11 lead changes in the first half and a really good back-and-forth basketball game, and then Moorhead took the lead at 22-20 and never looked back, and went into I think they went into halftime with like a 12-point lead, if I remember right. And,
right on.
And you know, Barnesville starting out strong in this one, and now Breckenridge is back into this, and who knows what's going to happen here in the next 2 minutes. Catch and shoot 3 on the way, in and out, and a nice rebound, mid-air rebound for Alex Holm on the tip-in, and he will give the Breckenridge Cowboys a 34-33 lead.
And I'm going to toot my horn here. Momentum swings. I'm going to go ahead and coin this right now because I feel like I'm going to be saying this for as long as I do basketball games. This is an official Eric Tiongson momentum swing right here. The tides have turned here.
We'll get that sponsored by you, man. That momentum swing brought to you by Eric Tiongson. Proud supporters of the momentum swings in the game of basketball. 34-33, our only lead change of the game. Iniger has it. Now up top for Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld to use up his dribble. Iniger will get it back, put up a three. It's up and in. Tate Iniger with the triple gives Barnesville the 36-34 lead.
Wow, that was big right there. Just the exact sort of moment you needed to stop the bleeding. Now let's see if they can get a stop.
There's the big man from 20 feet. Oh, I thought that was going in too. I think did it hit the top of the backboard? I think that's what the whistle's for. It's going to be considered out of bounds, and the ball will go back to Barnesville. 45 seconds on the clock. We'll turn this microphone back up. I apologize. I turned it down for the Journey song and forgot to turn it back up. .30 seconds to go. It's a 2-point game. Tate Iniger hitting a three the last trip down the court for Barnesville to give his team the lead back. They work it over to Nielsen. Down low, Iniger. Iniger, Nielsen. Nielsen uses up his dribble, runs into a double team, tipped out of bounds. He'll stay with Barnesville.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. I'd like to see if they can maybe try and get a catch and shoot, either that or it looks like Caden Zenzen's coming in the game. I'd either look for a catch and shoot with someone like Nielsen who's been red hot, or if you could try and hit Zenzen on a cut.
And a quick down the court. Yagi will run after it. Iniger will foul him with 4.8 seconds to go. And Cooper Yagi will go to the free throw line with a chance to tie this game.
Wow, what a sequence right there. The block just firing a baseball-like pass all the way down the court. They got to go quick in transition. They're able to get 2 free throws out of it. They have a chance to tie things back up here.
Yagi's first is in.
Playoff-like atmosphere in this building tonight, that's for sure.
He missed his first 2. He's made his last 4. Tonsfeld lost it. Yagi can't catch up to it before the buzzer. And we're knotted up at 36 at the end of the first half between the Trojans and the Cowboys here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. We'll add up some numbers and come back with your Midwest Bank post halftime show right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
When is the last time you reviewed your insurance coverages? Are you sure they are keeping pace with things in your life that may have changed? Now more than ever, it is important that you have the right coverages in place. Your local State Farm agent, Amanda Frederick, is here to help answer your insurance questions and provide a free comparison to your current policies and coverages. She has a fully licensed and local team ready to assist. Stop in or call for a free policy comparison. State Farm agent Amanda Frederick, proud to support Cowboy and Cowgirl athletics.
OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI, we strive to meet your goals. OSPTI, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
All right, welcome back. 36-36, all knotted up here at halftime here at Barnesville High School between the Barnesville Trojans and the Breckenridge Cowboys. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. I want to say hi to Jace and Curtis for watching, and Jace has been watching since our pregame. I don't know. No, I think that. Yeah, no, I think it was in our pregame show. You're talking about the 5-on-3 for Alabama. Is that right? Or
it was either that or early on, but yes, thanks for the clarification there. Clearly, my memory a little bit fuzzy there. So,
yeah, but no, that's one thing we can always count on, especially when it's a Barnesville-Breckenridge game. If we need help, we ask for it. They give us the answer in the comments of our YouTube video. Also want to say hi to Raleigh. I know he's watching. He sent me a text message saying he was going to tune in. So hi, Raleigh, and thanks for watching. And whomever else may be watching, hi to you from myself and Eric as well. Once again, knotted up at 36 here at halftime. We're about 5.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. Midwest Bank halftime show. We'll start with the visiting numbers. And, well, we're tied at 36. Both teams have 8 turnovers. Both teams have had at least 2 free throws, and I'll stop there. And we've had 2 lead changes in this game. So, but anyways, starting off with the numbers here, Cooper Yagi with 9. He's 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Sebastian Anderson leads the way at the moment here with 10. 8 of those from the floor, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, including 2 3-pointers. Alex Ohm with 8, 6 of those 8 from beyond the 3-point arc. 2 points for Anthony Canzenius, and 7 right now for Jonah Christensen. So with the exception of Canzenius having 2, it's some pretty even scoring here as you have 4 players within 3 points of each other for their total point tally here at the half. As a team, the Breckenridge Cowboys have shot 5 of 7 for 71.4% from the free throw line. Barnesville scored first. They would hold on to that lead until the Breckenridge Cowboys would take the lead at 34-33 on the next possession down the floor. Barnesville took the lead back at 36-34, and then Breckenridge would tie it at 36. And we've had 2 lead changes and 1 tie here at the halftime mark. Halftime show brought to you by Midwest Bank in Barnesville. And speaking of Barnesville, here's a look at the numbers. You got 10 for Jack Nielsen. They're led by Adam Tonsfeld, who has 15, which is 2 more than he had in the game against Moorhead yesterday. Let me double check that, actually. Yeah, I had him down for 13 in the game yesterday against Moorhead. And 5 for Tate Iniger, 2 for Ryan Rusted, and 4 for Caden Zenzen. Tate Iniger, his 5 at the half, that's huge because, like, he's usually that guy. He will get varsity playing time, but he usually comes in off the bench in the second half. I think this is the first time I've seen him play in the first half of the games that I've done in Barnesville. I don't know if that's the same for the games you've done in Barnesville, Eric, or not. But I think this is the first time he's played in the first half. Would you agree? Or?
Yeah, I think unless he might have played in the first half of the Moorhead game yesterday. But regardless, certainly started to get a lot more varsity playing time. And you said an important 5 points exactly. You might look at the box score and say, well, it's only 5 points, but it's a very big 5 points. You look at that 3 that he hit. I mean, that was huge to stop a big run for Breckenridge there.
Yep.
And just overall playing above his box score, I'd say, so far for sure.
And then you have Ryan Rustad, the 5'6" junior, who doesn't see a lot of time on the varsity court. He has 2 points in this one. And when you look at the score, that 2 points is just as big as Iniger's 5 points. And then you got Caden Zenzen, who is held to 4. He had 9 in the first half against Moorhead. And then in the game before that, that one was against, let me see here. Maybe I'm going back further than I thought I would have to go back. Yeah, I'm going back too many pages in my scorebook. Maybe it was in a different scorebook. I don't know, but he's in the start of the season. Caden Zenzen has been that guy that you'd expect 16 to 22 points from in a game. But against Moorhead yesterday and today, he's gotten these slow starts, and that's kind of surprising in my humble opinion. So. We've seen Ryan Rustad. We've seen who I believe, that reminds me, I believe that was Carson Hagan, who got a little bit of playing time in the first half for Barnesville. And then Zach Bredman, I wrote him in. He hasn't played yet, but we've seen Rustad, we've seen Iniger, we've seen Hagan, and who knows, we might see Bredman in the second half. So. Right now, Adam Tonsfeld with 15 and Sebastian Anderson with 10. Your 2 leaders for their respective teams are knotted up at 36. That wraps up your Midwest Bank halftime show. We'll be back in 45 seconds with the second half.
Davies working left to right. They set up and damn with the 2-hand slam off the alley-oop. Give the assist to Cole Hayes.
Did you miss any part of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Magnitude's DVR feature puts instant replay instantly into your hands. Revisit a big player score, watch a delayed version of this game, and then click live at any time to return to the live broadcast. Now you don't have to miss the game-winning buzzer beater, your son's 79-yard touchdown run, or your daughter's set-sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching Magnitude Sports.
Outside Satter. Step back 3, number 12. He got it! 7 in the first half and 5 so far here in the second half. Back. All right. That buzzer officially wraps up halftime here. We're knotted up at 36-36. And we'll head now to the second half of play. Put 18 minutes on the clock, and a correction. I went down and chatted with the official scorer. Number 3 for Barnesville is Braden Bredman. And let's see here. Braden is a 6-foot sophomore. There we go. Now we have him written into our scorebook. It's Barnesville start the second half here with the ball, and nice drive to the hoop there by Noah Kraus, but couldn't finish. And now quickly in transition, Cooper Yagi draws the foul, and that's a charge.
Number 4, Cooper Yagi.
That's a great start defensively if you're Barnesville right there. Get a quick foul. I mean, those fouls can add up really quick. You look at now one, not even, barely like 20 seconds in. I think they should try and shoot for getting to the bonus as early as possible here in this second half, because this has been a great free throw shooting team, especially over these last 2 games. Talk about done a great job at the line today, and they did a great job against Moorhead last night as well. So anytime you can increase your trips to the line is always a good thing.
That shot is up and in. It's Cam Hain with his first bucket of the game. And that gives Barnesville a 38-36 lead. So Perez will have it now, trying to get around Tonsfeld. Fired over to Anderson. And Anderson, and a rebound, and another rebound. You got the 2 twin towers down there in Christensen and Kenzemius, and you get a handful of rebounds, no points, and a foul on the Trojans.
Well, if you want to know how coaches get gray hairs, it's from not boxing out like that right there. You can see Coach Suter irate on the sideline with that one. Certainly not a potential 2 points that you want to be giving up right there.
Breckenridge 5 of 7 for 71% from the free throw line in the first half. Kenzemius hits the first of 2 here. 38-37, and to tie the game, he will not. It'll remain a Adam Tonsfeld rebound and a 1-point lead here for the Trojans. Far side hang up top. Now Nielsen, Tonsfeld for the 3. Zenzen with the offensive board. And that shot's up and in.
Well, we talked about it at
And
halftime.
Adam Tonsfeld doing a little flip there.
Breckenridge basket number 32, Anthony Kenzemius.
Kenzemius getting the basket. It's Kenzemius 3, hanging Tonsfeld 4 here in the second half, 40-39. And Zenzen gets it up and in.
Well, we talked about at halftime, Zenzen not having too many points, but as you see in these last 2 possessions, you know, Zenzen did get the bucket there, but before, offensive board and assist. Just goes to show he's more than just a scorer, and he can contribute in a lot of different ways for the Trojans, buckets or not.
Jonah Christensen keeps it a 1-point game as he has 9 now with that bucket. Zenzen inside on the paint and off the glass and in. Zenzen had 4 in the first half. He has 4 in the first 90 seconds of half number 2.
And if you're Barnesville, you're thinking, well, we were tied with Zenzen having only 4 at half. Certainly a good omen, if you will.
Kind of a steal down low there by Cam Hang, another turnover. Both teams had 8 turnovers in that first half, according to my unofficial numbers on turnovers. 44-41, 3-point lead and a big trip down the court here for Barnesville, looking to make it a 2-possession ball game. Into the hands of Kraus. Kraus down low to Zenzen. Zenzen outside Nielsen. Nielsen dribbles up to the top of the key, fires it into the hands of Kraus. Kraus down low for Zenzen. He'll draw the foul, and that foul will be charged to Kenzemius. It's his second, team second.
Just look at that. Zenzen gets 2 buckets, and the next trip down the court, I mean, he's drawn nearly a triple team down low. You can see all the help defense. Certainly making his mark on this game.
Tonsfeld will fire it in for Nielsen. Give it back to Tonsfeld here in the corner. He'll dribble up, back in between the circles here. 14:37 and counting to go. Now to the corner, a quick pass inside for Zenzen off the glass. That's the Caden Zenzen we're used to seeing from about 2 games ago. He struggled the last 2 games in the first half of this one here. We'll see if that continues here in the second half. Nice job there by Anthony Kenzemius to get the basket. He has 5 in the second half. He was held to 2 in the first half. So both teams picking up the pace a little bit here in the second half.
Yeah, and they're getting their bigs going here in the second half too. I think both these teams, I won't necessarily say run all the way through their bigs, but they're both very important parts of their offense. It's good to see both of them start humming here.
Pass down low there to Christensen. Back outside, and Zanderson for the 3. That one won't go. Perez will come up with the rebound, and Perez will avoid the harassment there from Tonsfeld and find a wide open Jonah Christensen, and Perez will get the assist. 46-45 and a timeout on the floor. We'll be back in 30 seconds as well. Back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save & See stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. All right, welcome back. Update on the girls' game as the Barnesville Trojans are playing down in Breckenridge tonight with about 12 minutes left in the, I believe that was the second half. The Barnesville Trojans holding a 37-25 lead over the Breckenridge Cowgirls. And that game being played down in Breckenridge. We'll give you an update on that game. If we have a chance to get more score updates, we'll pass them along to you. Here it's 46-45 in favor of the Barnesville Trojans. We had one tie and 2 lead changes in the first half, and we are just shy of 5 minutes into this half, and we've already seen 3 lead changes here. And Tonsfeld, with a 1-point lead for his team, brings it over the timeline, gives it to Nielsen. Tonsfeld, catch and shoot from the corner. No, that's off the mark. Zen checked that. That was Cam Hing with the offensive board. And a near steal by Yagi, and it will result in a jump ball. I think we'll go ahead and give him credit for the steal because it was more Barnesville getting their arms on that to get the jump ball call. And the possession will favor Breckenridge anyway.
For the record, I thought that was Zenzen too. They sort of have that same hair, and certainly you'd have to assume on an offensive board it's going to be a guy like Zenzen grabbing it, but good hustle from Hang there down low.
And the tall man, Christensen, had 7 in the first half, already has 6 here in the second half for a total of 13. 47-46, and now the Cowboys have taken the lead. Tonsfeld high on the near side, 1 dribble, Kraus now fires it to Nielsen. Nielsen, nice bounce pass into the paint for Zenzen, who spins around Conzemius and puts it up and in. 12 points for Zenzen and a steal here for Tonsfeld, and he lays it in off the glass. So now that I got all those events recorded in my stat book,
Boy, what a second half so far for Zenzen. A tour de force. Must have heard us talking at halftime.
inside Nielsen, mid-post jumper too strong. Zenzen on the offensive board, he gets it up and in. And Zenzen has 10 points in the second half for a game total of 14, 52-47.
Well, I know there's already one person in basketball with this nickname, but I might have to start calling him the Zenzen Master.
I like that, and I don't know who the other one is who has that. You'll have to fill me in on that.
Well, I suppose he's just known as the Zen Master, but the great coach Phil Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Actually, North Dakota native as well too. Went to the University of North Dakota. Great coach of the Lakers and the Chicago Bulls when they had Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I think he won 5 or 6 championships with the Bulls. Mm-hmm. Nice spin move, and he draws the foul. Christensen will go to the line. A well-earned trip to the free throw line.
That's his 4th personal foul. Team's 3rd.
That's 4 on Iniger. He's got to be really careful. 1 more and he's out of here.
Team's 3rd, and the first one's in. 52-48. That's his first free throw of the night. We'll see what happens on the second one here. And that one will roll off. Rebound goes to Cam Hing.
Well, that just shows Coach Shooter clearly having a lot of faith in Indiger. Normally, as soon as a guy picks up 4 fouls, it's, especially with this much time left in the game, it's straight to the bench, you know, get a breather. You don't want him fouling out, but clearly Coach Shooter trusting him to play smart here.
And I'm not exactly sure what happened there, if he just didn't have the grip on the ball or what, but luckily Barnesville able to keep possession, at least for the moment, and now taking it away is Sebastian Anderson. Up court, and nice kiss off the glass there for Anthony Conzemius. He had all the power, all the room in the world to throw that one down on a 2-handed slam, but chose to kiss it off the glass instead, and it's back to a 2-point game. 52-50 Iniger over to Tonsfeld. Now Nielsen open for a 3. It's going to be short. You could tell when that left his hand. Yagi will get the defensive board. Up court quick here for Anderson. Anderson into the paint, off the glass and in. Sebastian Anderson with 12 now. That's his first bucket of the second half. And we're knotted up at 52.
bucket just looks like an ocean for him right now. Everything is falling for him. And when you're in a zone like that, if you have a space, an inch of space, you're gonna pull the trigger.
12th turnover of the game for Breckenridge there on that last turnover. Now Tonsfield has it, looking inside. Zenzen well guarded there by Kenzemius. Tonsfield will get it back right in front of the time stripe. 10 minutes to go here. Nielsen is open as Christensen steps up on him. Breckenridge playing a 2-3 zone here. And Tonsfield with the deep three.
And if you're a shooter, there is no greater disrespect than seeing the defense switch the zone. I love Tonsfield just pulling up right there, making a pay.
Zach Bredman, a 5'5 freshman, into the game now here for the Barnesville Trojans. And a nice defensive play there by Iniger back right before the check-in from Bredman. So
that's exactly why you keep him in, even with those 4 fouls, because he can still make plays like that.
Bredman has it, works inside. Iniger turns around at the free throw line, drops it in. 59-52. Off the baseline, out of bounds, and it'll stay with Breckenridge as Nielsen couldn't chase it down in time.
Boy, if you're Tate Iniger, there is no better way to get more minutes than to reward your coach's trust like that. Like I said earlier, keeping him in with 4 fouls, made that great defensive play, and a bucket on the other end. He's having a great second half here.
Definitely. He's really earning his varsity minutes. There's no doubt about it. There's another steal, and it gets it to Tonsfield. He'll float one up and leave it short. Rebound tipped around. I believe Tonsfield's going to get called for a foul here.
Fouls on the Trojans, number 5, Adam Tonsfield. That's his first personal foul, team 4.
Barnesville took the lead at 54-52, and since then, they've gone on a 7-0 run. Breckenridge has yet to score since the lead change. Looking to change that there with Christensen. No, off the mark. Nielsen will get the rebound. Nielsen back to Tonsfield in the backcourt. He'll cross the timeline with 8:48 and counting to go here in the second half. Bredman up top, Nielsen. Nielsen looking around, puts the ball on the floor on the left-handed dribble, gets it to Tonsfield. Tonsfield fires it up in between the circles. Bredman to Nielsen now, inside of the high post. Zenzen down low to Iniger, and Iniger gets the bucket and one.
Eric Tiongson momentum swing. Put that on a t-shirt. You're seeing one right here.
That's his first personal foul. Team's third.
Jonah Christensen picking up his first, team's third. You know, Breckenridge, as far as fouls are concerned, has played a clean game. The problem with the 5 fouls they have in the entire game is they all resulted in trips to the free throw line, and Barnesville has converted on all 5 of those free throw attempts.
Yeah, those will hurt, and they add up really quick.
High arcing three, bounces off the front of the rim, and the rebound goes to Kenzemius, but he can't get it to go in. And I believe it was Nielsen on the defensive board there for Barnesville. It's a 10-point game with 8:05 to go. Bounce past Nielsen, drives the baseline. It was blocked there by Kenzemius off the backboard into the hands of Zenzen. And now a baseball pass down the court results in another turnover. Nielsen to Tonsfield. Tonsfield stops, pops, mid-jumper off the mark. Rebound there for Kenzemius. And now he'll get it into the hands of Adam Ohm, a 5'8 senior. Back over there to Kenzemius. Kenzemius hands it off there for Sebastian Anderson, who will get it to Christensen. Christensen stops in the paint. 2 quick passes. Corner 3 on the way. In and out won't go. Iniger with the rebound.
Not only the rebound, but he had some beautiful defense down low there. You can see Christensen really wanted to pull the trigger, but nice fundamental there. Just straight up using that verticality. Don't draw a foul and don't let him get a shot off.
It's a 10-point lead, and the Trojans will take a breather. 7:17 to go here. We're back in a moment on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI, we strive to meet your goals. OSPTI, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back. Junior Perez along with Alex Holm checking into the lineup here coming out of the Barnesville timeout. It'll be Trojan basketball with 7:17 to go here in the second half and a 10-point advantage for Barnesville.
One interesting note, I wasn't quite able to capture it in time with the camera, but this might sound weird, but I really like the body language of Breckenridge during that timeout. I saw pretty much all the players in the huddle, they were locking arms. You just get the sense that this is a team that's not hanging their heads right now. You know, a lot of momentum's going against them, but they still feel like they could just get right back in this, and you like to see that if you're Breckenridge.
And you'd like to see Adam Tonsfeld not get an open look at the basket. Called it a little bit in advance there, but two more for Tonsfeld. I have him down for 18, 20, 22, 24 points now for Adam Tonsfeld.
Wow.
And the pass was intended for Zenzen, and it was a quick, hard, sharp pass from Nielsen that went off the ankle of Christensen. And Christensen took a tumble to the floor as a result. And now Barnesville will have the ball. I'm not sure what was that a foul on somebody? It looks like, no, it wasn't. Or if it was, they haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. Nice pass from Tonsfeld, and he'll get it to Cam Hing.
Man, just a special night from a special player for Tonsfeld. He's leaving it all out on the court.
4 assists. 3 steals, 6 rebounds, and 24 points?
24, 26, something along those lines.
15, 18, 20, 22, 24.
Wow.
Is what I have him down for. He's certainly in the contention for Midwest Bank Player of the Game, but we'll see how this game shakes out over the next 6 minutes here. Of another substitution for Breckenridge. Adam Olm, the 5'8 senior, will check in at the next break in action here. Outside, Perez for a 3. No, too strong. Nice rebound there by Anderson, and the second chance point up and in.
And if you're Breckenridge, they got the 2 points there, but those are open looks that you really want to hit if you want to start climbing back into this game, because you can't count on getting second chance points every possession.
Near side here, Hang with the basketball, goes down to the baseline, pops it out. Tonsfeld for a 3. No, that's off the mark. Nice board by Zenzen, and he got the rebound, powered the ball back up towards the hoop, and earns a trip to the free throw line. That certainly looked difficult. It was probably more difficult than it looked, too.
Oh, I can imagine, yeah. That's just the move of a man that has supreme confidence in his game right now, and he's getting to the bucket no matter what. And in his mind, he's thinking, worst case scenario, I'm going to the line.
And he'll connect on both. 68-54, Caden Zenzen, another guy in contention for Midwest Bank Player of the Game, but once again, we'll see what the next 5.5 minutes has to bring. Nice spin move for Cooper Yagi, and he gets the bucket. That bucket puts Cooper Yagi into the double-digit club with 11 now with 5:25 to go. It's 68-56, a 14-point advantage here for Barnesville. Check that, a 12-point advantage, excuse me.
I will forever love a good spin move in basketball. We saw a great one right there.
Nielsen to Tonsfeld, back to Nielsen for the 3. Bingo! You knew that one was going in when it left his hand. Everything was right. That one could go in too, and that one's off the mark though, off the front of the room, a little strong. Gets it back to Adam Olm. Now Perez with a spin move around Tonsfeld. Olm for a 3. This time he got it. Adam Olm gets into the scorebook with the triple, and it's 71-59.
Yeah, some shooters, you give them a second chance, they're burying it 100%, and Olm is definitely one of those guys right there.
Quick passing there for Barnesville. They get it all the way around the horn. All 5 players touch it. Zenzen will poke the rebound out, and a save, and nice job there by Zach Bredman to keep the possession, and somehow Barnesville, through that craziness, stays with the ball.
Yeah, that was just fantastic hustle right there, and if they get a 2 points here, this could be a game-changing play.
Foul's going to go on Breckenridge. I'm not sure who. There was like 3 people down there by Zenzen.
Yeah, it turns into a mini mosh pit every time he gets the ball.
Jonah Christensen has picked up all 3 of his fouls here in the second half. Nice pass into Zenzen, but he was rejected by right where the rim connects to the backboard. And now quickly up, and a nice tip there by Cam Hing, and out of bounds. Should go to Breckenridge.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Hang has any points on tonight, but he's doing pretty much everything else. We saw him with that save earlier. Now he's flying in, just tipping balls around. He's doing a lot of the little things.
Cam Hing was held scoreless in the first half. He has been able to sneak in 2 buckets here in the second half. He's sitting with 4 at the moment. Wow, what a 3 by Adam Olm. He has, I think, 2 threes on 3 possessions. 71-62, and all of a sudden, it's a 9-point game.
Here we go.
We'll be back in 45 seconds with the rest of this one here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Davies working left to right. They set up and damn with the 2-hand slam off the alley-oop. Give the assist to Cole Haynes.
Did you miss any part of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Magnitude's DVR feature puts instant replay instantly into your hands. Revisit a big player score, watch a delayed version of this game, and then click live at any time to return to the live broadcast. Now you don't have to miss the game-winning buzzer beater, your son's 79-yard touchdown run, or your daughter's set-sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching Magnitude Sports.
Outside Satter. Step back 3, number 12. He got it! 7 in the first half and 5 so far here in the second half. All right, welcome back. 71-62, timeout on the floor here as Barnesville has the lead. And, well, Adam Tonsfeld was the leading scorer with 15 at the half, but right now, Caden Zenzen, let me add this up, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Add 4 more to that. He has 18 right now. But Tonsfeld's still leading. He has 18, 20, 22, 24 points. So between Tonsfeld and Zenzen, I'm drawing a blank. I need to use the calculator here. 24 plus 18 is Tonsfeld and Zenzen account for 42 of the 71 points in this game.
What a tag team. Some might say that they're the Mike Mason and Eric Theoxson of high school basketball here in Barnesville. Iconic duo.
Head coach Chad Suter talking to the official, wanted an explanation on that call. And just based on the mumblings that I heard, I think that conversation came to an end, and head coach Suter not 100% satisfied with the call, and now he pushes his arm out at the official again as Tonsfeld's going to pick up his second.
Now, if there's anything I've ever learned from watching sports, it's sort of like the old adage, you know, happy wife, happy life. Well, the referee is always going to win the argument.
Yeah. That's the first time I've heard that correlation. We have a accessory on the floor. I believe it's Jack Nielsen's mask. So right now he's breaking the MSHSL regulation.
Boy, and imagine hearing something like that a year ago, a player's face mask on the court.
Yeah. Tonsfeld drops it in. but I'm sure there's stipulations to that rule. And I didn't say that to be negative. I was just saying that to be sarcastic, I guess you could say.
Crazy times we live in.
Zach Redmond, that's his first personal foul, team 7. At the line to shoot 2 shots for the Cowboys, number 34, Jordan Christensen.
Oh, Nielsen coming to the Breckenridge bench looking for his mask,
Taking the Cowboys, number 4, Cooper Yegi.
they're not going to give it to him, or at least not yet anyway.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the protocol is for that. There you go.
Oh, the official brought him one. I'm not sure where he got it from, but now he can officially play again. And I think of all the times I've said he can officially play again in my career of calling basketball, I think that's the time I've hated saying that the most, and the only time I've said I've hated saying that. But that we'll leave it at that. 2.5 to go here, 73-64. Nielsen for a 3. No, that's not the mark. Rebound comes to Alex Olm. Up court, that is Christensen. Christensen struggling through the paint. Got it up and in.
Buckle up, this one is not over by any means.
73-66. Down by 7. Tonsfeld lost it, and back to Breckenridge. Turnovers 12-15 in favor of Barnesville. Inside 2 minutes to go. Breckenridge needs to start a rally now. Barnesville fans will cheer on their defense, and it worked that time. As Zenzen will pick up a loose ball steal. And turnover number 16 for the Breckenridge Cowboys.
Timeout, Barnesville.
Barnesville will talk it over. 96 seconds to go. We're back in a few moments here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Brad about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643-3738.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com.
All right, welcome back. Minute 35 to go. 73-66 is our score in favor of Barnesville. Barnesville's outscored Breckenridge 37-30 so far here in half number 2. Barnesville will have the ball, and Zenzen will take it to the hoop, partially blocked. Block/rebound to Christensen, up court to Yagi, and he gets it up.
Here come the Cowboys.
73-68, down by 5 now, and a foul stops the clock with 1:18.
Foul on the Cowboys. Number 14, Alex Olm, that's his first personal foul, team 6.
So if Barnesville fouls, Breckenridge is in the one-on-one, but Breckenridge still has a foul to give. So they'll probably give that foul here maybe right now. Maybe they should have fouled there. But Zenzen will get the basket, pushing it back to a 7-point lead. Christensen, or inside, stolen by Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld all the way down Main Street, draws the foul. And it looks like he'll go to the line.
Foul on the Cowboys, number 14, Alex Olm. That's his second personal foul, team 6. 67.
These are going to be maybe the two most important free throws of the game right here, and I think this is the exact guy you want taking him right here, Adam Tonsfeld. I'm not going to say that these free throws would be backbreaker if he went 2 for 2, but certainly would not look good.
Well, his first trip to the line tonight, and he's 1 for 1 so far. 76-68, a chance to make it a 9-point game if he can connect on this one, and he does. 77-68, and now it's do or die time for Breckenridge. Outside, Owen for 3, but that is not going to count. The foul came away from the ball. I think it's called a technical foul.
It almost looked like it. They did. I couldn't quite catch what it was on, but I could hear the referee say technical there.
So technical foul will send Cooper Yagi to the free throw line. Intentional foul, okay. That was big right there. Yes, Breckenridge gets the ball back, but they needed those points with the clock stop. Let's see if he can redeem himself. And he does. He goes 1 for 2 on the technical / intentional foul.
Now, fortunately, if you're Breckenridge, even if he does make that one, it doesn't change the amount of possessions that the difference in the scoreline is right now. You know, you go from a 9-point game to an 8-point game. I suppose 3 3-pointers, but certainly a lot more feasible now. Now you're down 6 and 5, not a massive difference.
And they will get the turnover. Cooper Yagi outside, and Ohm for a 21-footer. No, off the mark. And right there, Yagi, the rebound was tipped from Christensen to, was it Yagi or was it Alex Holm?
I want to say it was Yagi.
Okay, we'll go with that because both number 4s came out of that one there. 33.7, and now it's a 4-point game. We'll keep it here. Stephen Lipp in the huddle there. What is he saying to his Cowboy players?
Well, I think as much as it hurts, you got to foul. I know Barnesville is a great free throw shooting team, but 33.7 seconds, no shot clock. You got to try and get the ball back quick because you're still down 2 possessions here. I think you got to make them earn their points in the line. You saw last time they tried to play straight up. Zenzen had a one-on-one, and it was just easy money for him. If I'm Breckenridge, I'm going to try and foul right away.
Yeah, I would agree with that there. You got 33.7 seconds. You're down 4. That is, you know, you could say that's plenty of time as long as you foul. And taking a look here, you got, let's see here. I have Yagi down for 2, Alex Ohm down for 2, Anthony Kinzemius down for 2, Jonah Christensen down for 3. And that is, so, I mean, you got a lot of players that have fouls to give. Jonah Christensen has 3 fouls, nobody else has more than 2 in the game right now. So Breckenridge has might be able to come up with a game plan here. We'll see. And once again, they do that shuffle pass along the baseline, and I've only seen that in Barnesville. I've never seen it at any other basketball game.
Wow, that is probably the first time I've ever seen that happen, actually. I was a little confused for a second, but nice little wrinkle right there.
Well, the first time it happened, I was confused as well. But now I've seen it twice since then. It doesn't surprise me to see that happen anymore. So Inniger will come out, and coming in is Cam Heng.
It looks like they've just got their starters out there now.
Free throws off, and Zenzen gets the rebound, and there's...
Foul on the Cowboys, number 12, Sebastian Anderson. That's his first personal foul, team's 9th.
So Zenzen off the rebound gets fouled by Anderson, as Anderson picks up his first, team's 9th. And Zenzen will miss the free throw, and Somehow he'll get the rebound as it looked like Adam Ohm tried to tip it. It ricocheted off the head of a teammate right into the hands of Zenzen. He'll go right back to the line.
And this is why coaches will implore you from the very first moment you start to play basketball, box out your man. I mean, that has really been the difference so far. You look at over these past 2 possessions, Zenzen grabbing those boards. They're dodging a lot of bullets with these missed free throws right now.
And he misses another one. I don't think I've seen him miss that many in a row before. 3 is in! 77-76. Adam Ohm hits his 3rd triple of the game, and a big one there.
Boy, you were not kidding when you said that anything can happen in these games. Oh my goodness. That is, you'd have to imagine Barnesville had a chance to stick the dagger in at the free throw line. That's a killer. Those are killer misses. And how about that 3 right there? Now you can foul, and even if they make both, it's still a 1-possession game. Wow.
Here's another factor to add to that storyline. Caden Zenzen was 4-4 from the free throw line, and he missed all of those back-to-back. Now he's 4 of 8. He made his first 4. He missed one earlier in the half, and he missed those free throws there. And he's now 4. He went from 100% to 50%, and now Breckenridge, with 19 seconds to go, is down only by 1. And it was just about 20 seconds of game time ago that they were down by 9 or 11, I believe it was. Broadcast coverage brought to you by Midwest Bank, Dean's Bulk Service, along with our friends at Superior Builders, Red River Grain, OSPTI in Breckenridge, Hankinson and Fergus Falls, and State Farm agent Amanda Frederick.
And now if I'm Breckenridge, I might wait a few seconds to try and foul. I'd give it maybe 3 or 4 seconds to try and get a steal, and then if not, you can foul, because now it's only a 1-possession game.
Yep. So even if you foul, they hit 2 free throws, it's a 3-point game, and it looks like Perez will foul. And, well, you're fouling Zenzen, and, you know, he made this first 4, he missed his last 4. 45 seconds ago, I would have said that Zenzen's not the guy you want to send to the line, but now I'm not so sure on that. We'll see if he can redeem himself here. He will.
Boy, that just speaks volumes about the mental toughness of this kid. You know, some people might fold right there. Everyone on the Breckenridge, Brent screaming, you know, you've just missed 4 straight, but cool as a cucumber at the line right there.
This is a big free throw here. It forces Breckenridge to get a 3, and that's exactly what will happen. Barnesville will talk it over 79-76 with 17.7 seconds remaining here in this one. We'll take 1 timeout, and we'll come back with what the possible conclusion in just a moment. Superior Builders in Breckenridge specializes in post-frame buildings with 25 years worth of knowledge and experience in the post-frame industry. Licensed and insured, Superior Builders offers pre-engineered commercial buildings, farm shops, hobby buildings, and storage buildings. Superior Builders also offers a 40-year paint warranty and lifetime column warranty. Superior Builders in Breckenridge, building your dream to last. 701-238-7740. That's 701-238-7740. Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save and See stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojans athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. All right, update from the girls' game. Breckenridge leading 53-50 over Barnesville in overtime, and here it's 79-76 with 17 seconds in regulation, and the team with the ball is the team that could tie it. Christensen to the hoop, lays it in. They don't foul. That was a smart defensive play by Caden Zenzen, and usually allowing the player to score is not defined under a smart defensive play, but in that scenario, that's exactly how that is defined.
Absolutely, because now if you're Breckenridge, right, you got to hope for a miss here. Otherwise, they make both. You're in the exact same spot that you were previously, but now you've got a lot less time. I don't hate the idea of taking that open look right there. You know, you have an open lane. Might as well get those 2 points, make them earn those points at the line. We've seen them miss a few. I will say, I didn't catch who it was exactly, but I did see a Cowboy open for 3 there on that drive. So, interesting choice right there. Not going to say I disagree with it because open shot there, you take it, but they definitely did have the 3-ball open there too.
Yep, and you were talking about the mental toughness of Zenzen at the free throw line, and well, he carried that mental toughness over because a lot of players would try and step up to that player and make sure he didn't score the basket, but he knew that if that basket was made, it's a 1-point game. If he missed it, there's a chance he might be able to snag the rebound, and then that would have sealed it. But we'll see what happens here. 8 seconds to go, and it's a 1-point game, 79-78. Barnesville needs to be careful here. A turnover and a 2-point basket, and Breckenridge wins.
We've seen this movie a lot of times. Teams will get a steal off the inbound in a situation like this, and that's how they win. You're right on. Barnesville extra cautious with this pass right here.
And once again, they'll do that baseline shuffle pass, and oh my goodness, Caden Zenzen wide open. What about that assist from Tonsfeld? And that'll do it. Off the back of the backboard, and 81-78 your final. Barnesville pulls it off after falling in overtime by 2 when they were down in Breckenridge, and now they come away and sneak away with a 3-point win, 81-78 is your final score.
Tip your cap to Coach Suter there. That was a brilliant design out of that inbound. They knew exactly what they were doing from the get-go, and the players executed that to perfection. That was a beautiful ending to a truly instant classic game.
Oh, definitely. And, you know, I don't know, maybe the Barnesville fans disagree with me, but I was kind of hoping he'd make that shot. We'd have extra basketball between 2 great basketball teams, but this one came to an end. And in favor of Barnesville, 81-78 your final. We'll add up some numbers and come back with your post-game show right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI, we strive to meet your goals. OSPTI, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
All right, welcome back to Barnesville here. It's apparently all of a sudden we have issues with our commercials now. We didn't have the whole game, and then right there they won't play for some reason. So we decided to just bring it back, and we want to thank our sponsors, Superior Builders, Red River Grain, OSPTI, and State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick on Breckenridge, along with our friends at Midwest Bank, Dean's Bulk Service, and the Barnesville Takedown Club in Barnesville for supporting today's broadcast. Update from the girls' game, the Barnesville Trojans pick up an exciting win down there too. They defeat Breckenridge 54-53 in overtime, and we were a three-pointer shy of overtime here ourselves. Man, I tell you, what a game this was. We got all the numbers up, but before I get into those numbers, your preliminary final thoughts. I'll ask for your final thoughts later, but your preliminary final thoughts on what you saw here today, Eric.
I mean, this game just lived up to the hype and then some. I mean, certainly felt like we were headed for overtime there, but regardless, just a great game. I think Barnesville, definitely the free throws right there, definitely a bit of a nervy moment for them. But at the end of the day, they were able to prevail. I loved that inbounds play at the very end. I think that was just brilliantly drawn up. I think, too, you talk about coaching. I think that Breckenridge was trying for the two the whole time. You know, you talked about coming out of that timeout. They went in. They took that open lane. They probably knew that Barnesville was going to play that way. They passed up to three. They were hoping that they were going to get another shot. But at the end of the day, Barnesville were just able to remove any doubt from the game and not even have to decide at the line. And I think that was the exact way that you do it right there. So excellent coaching at the end there by Suter and beautiful execution. How about Tonsfeld just firing down the court and finding that pass at the end?
Yeah, the one to Zenzen, and that was probably, I think I had him down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I can't even, I mean, between his name and his rebounds and his steals, I don't have room to read all the assists I had to put in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had him for 9 assists. Maybe I missed one. Maybe he got double digits on the assist. I'm not sure, but we'll unofficially go with the 9. Yeah, I mean, I'm just we were tied at 36, 45-42 Barnesville in the second half, 81-78, and it looked like for a moment there towards the end of the first half that Breckenridge was going to fly away with this, and then it looked like in the start of the second half that Barnesville was going to fly away with this one. Well, both teams battled back when they were down, and wow, what an ending it was, no doubt about it. Barnesville would strike first, and they would hold on to that lead until Breckenridge took the first lead change at 34-33. Barnesville would come back down the court, hit a three-pointer to give the lead back to the Trojans at 36-34. Breckenridge would tie it up at 36, and that would end up being our halftime score. So we had 2 lead changes and 1 tie in the first half. Flip to the second half. Barnesville takes the first basket of the second half to give them a 38-36 lead. Cowboys hit a 3 to make it 39-38 in favor of Breckenridge. Barnesville comes back on the next possession, 40-39, and then they would hold on to that lead until Breckenridge would retake it at 47-46. Next trip down the floor, Barnesville retakes the lead at 48-47. They would hold on to it until Breckenridge, until Breckenridge would tie it up at 52. And then Barnesville took the lead at 54-52, and that would be the final lead change of the game as they would hold on to pick up the 81-78 win here in Barnesville. Individual numbers, we'll start with the Breckenridge Cowboys. Your unofficial numbers look like this. Matter of fact, I forgot to add up the free throws, but I did get them for Barnesville, so we'll do that on the fly here. Let's see here. 1 for 2, that makes them 4 for 6. Let's see here. 2 for 2, and 1 for 1, and 1 for 2. So you add that all up, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So both teams were 8 of 11. They were 72.7% from the free throw line. Breckenridge, I had them down unofficially for 18 turnovers in the game. May have missed 1 or 2. Adam Ohm with 9 points, scored all 9 of them in the second half, all 9 of them off three-pointers, 6 of those 9 from the near corner, including the one that pulled the Breckenridge Cowboys within 1 late here in the second half. Cooper Yagi would lead the way with unofficially with 18. He'd go 4 of 6 from the free throw line, scoring 9 in the first half and 9 in the second half. Sebastian Anderson scoring 10 of his 14 in the first half. He would go 2 of 2 from the line. Alex Ohm scoring all 8 of his points in the first half. Anthony Konzemius scoring 9 of his 11 in the second half as he's held only 2 points in the first half of play. Jonah Christensen ended the night with 16. He scored 7 of those 16 in the first, 9 of the 16 in the second half. He would go 1 of 2 from the free throw line. For the Barnesville Trojans, 13 for Jack Nielsen. Cam Heng with 4 points, scored all 4 of those in the second half. Jack Nielsen scoring 10 of his 13 in the first half. Adam Tonsfeld with a pretty even game, 15 in the first half, 13 in the second half, for a total of 28. He went 2 of 2 from the free throw line, had a tremendous amount of assists and a handful of steals and a handful of rebounds. 9 points for Tate Iniger. 5 of those 9 in the first half, had him down for 5 defensive boards. I'm sure I missed a couple there. Ryan Rustad had 2 points on the evening. He scored those back early in the first half. Caden Zenzen held to just 4 points in the first half, but he exploded in the second half for a total of 22 points in the game. He went 6 of 9 from the charity stripe. 6 of 9 for Caden Zenzen, 2 for 2 for Adam Tonsfeld for a team total of 8 of 11 or 72.7%. Had the Barnesville Trojans down, we'll say 14 turnovers. I'm sure I maybe missed 1 or 2 in the game. And yeah, that wraps up your individual numbers here for the two teams here in this one. So once again, your final 81-78. You can find us online on all those cool social media sites, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. You can order a DVD of this game by going to msportsnet.com. You can get games on demand as soon as probably within the hour or so. These 3 games from from Barnesville tonight will be available for an on-demand replay. And they, I can tell you right now, even though it's not on our website, they will be available for a DVD purchase. And then you can also check out our website. Maybe? Yes, I just had to push the button a little bit harder, I guess. For all the Under the Stories button, get all the latest news-related stories from Magnitude Sports there on our website under the Stories button. And a big day for us tomorrow, and thanks to, you can see a couple of the stories there, Van Dam Chiropractic and Essentia Health teaming up with Magnitude Sports to bring you the EDC tournament. And if we go to our game schedule, you'll see there that we have to get out of here quickly tonight because we got a bright and early game at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Girls state qualifier between Grand Forks, Red River, and Cheyenne. And then the second girls qualifier for Devils Lake and West Fargo. Kenley and Cody will have the play-by-play on that one, on those first 2 games. And then Eric and I will step in for Fargo Davies and Shanley, the girls' EDC championship. Eric will have the play-by-play on that game. I'll join him on color. And then we'll flip to the boys boys' side of the bracket, Shanley versus Fargo North. Eric and I will have the call on that game as well. West Fargo versus Wahpeton. And Kenley and Cody will have that game. And then the one game you don't see on there, but it's on there, I promise you, the boys' EDC Championship. Eric and I will team up for that game. It's the second year in a row that Fargo Davies and Cheyenne has played in the EDC Championship on Magnitude Sports. And those two teams have met a total of 6 times on Magnitude Sports. Cheyenne has won 3. Fargo Davies has won 3. Fargo Davies had a shaky start to the season. They lost, I think, by double digits to Cheyenne early in the season. And they didn't have much success in the rematch later either. So this year, Davies is 0-2 against Cheyenne. We'll see if they can get one back. They say it's always hard to beat a team 3 times, but when you're talking about the Cheyenne Mustangs, it might be a safer bet to say it's hard to beat them 6 times. Yeah. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but it's going to be a long and a fun day for all of us here at Magnitude Sports as we'll all team up together on the campus of NDSU there on the up in North Fargo. I'll just leave it at that. So once again, we want to thank our sponsors here for this game: Superior Builders, Red River Grain, OSPTI with locations in Breckenridge, Hankinson, and Fergus Falls. State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick on Minnesota Avenue in Breckenridge. Also, our friends at Midwest Bank here in Barnesville, Dean's Bulk Service here in Barnesville, and the Barnesville Takedown Club. All those sponsors, if you have a chance to patronize any or all of those businesses, we would certainly appreciate that. We're going to wrap things up here, but before we officially do that, once again, Eric, your final thoughts on this one here tonight.
Well, the Stars certainly came out to play today, especially you look at Barnesville. I know we talked about the dynamic duo a lot last night of Tonsfeld and Zenzen. Well, they certainly brought this game home for Barnesville. And if you're Breckenridge, this is nothing to hang your head over. You know, you split the season series with them. Each one won at home. I think usually when you look at going into the season, when you're talking about your rivals, that's usually the expectation. And I don't know, I get the feeling that these two teams will be seeing each other again soon come postseason time.
I haven't seen the brackets yet and where everything lines up, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they were to line up somewhere in that bracket, assuming both teams make it to whatever portion of the bracket they would have to make it to meet up with each other once again. But yeah, Breckenridge had a total of 4 players in double digits. They had 2 other players 2 or less points shy of the double-digit club. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4. They had 6 players, 4 in double digits, 1 at 9, 1 at 8. So you almost had 6 players in double digits. While on the flip side for Barnesville, they had a total of 3 players in double digits and 1 player with 9. That was Tate Iniger, not even a starter, and he pops in 9 points for Barnesville. You could look at any of the point scorers on the roster here, even Ryan Rusted, who got like maybe 45 seconds of playing time in that first half. He hit a 2-point basket. You take those 2 points away, it's 79-78. I mean, even that basket was big when you look at the overall picture of things. And but Adam Tonsfeld, Caden Zenzen, I think those are going to be our 2 nominees for player of the game, and who gets it, it could almost be a coin flip. And with that said, we're going to have to take a 30-second break to flip that coin and come back with your Midwest Bank player of the game right after this.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back. And I know we said we'd be back in 30 seconds, but we're looking at the stat book, and there's just so many stats there. And you can't pick a player of the game.
It's definitely been the hardest call.
out of everything in this broadcast, the Midwest Bank player of the game is impossible to pick. And so we can either go for a coin flip or we can do dual players of the game. Or should we do a coin flip on if we do a coin flip or dual players of the game?
I think albeit it's been less than a year, but out of my time doing broadcasts, I think if there's any time to do a dual player of the game, I think it'd be this game.
I would agree with you. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Caden Zenzen, a huge second half. Adam Tonsfeld with a pretty even first half and second half, but Adam Tonsfeld had a lot of assists to Caden Zenzen in that second half. I had Adam Tonsfeld down for 8 assists, and I don't keep track of which players those assists go to, but I'm pretty confident at least 4 of them went to Caden Zenzen. So we're going to do dual player of the game. Your Midwest Bank dual players of the game. Caden Zenzen, the 6'3 junior, and Adam Tonsfeld, the 5'7 senior. Adam Tonsfeld with 28. Caden Zenzen with 22. I think there's no more words to say. Are you with me on that?
It was just about as good as it gets from those two tonight. Some of the most brilliant two-man game that I think I've ever seen at the high school level in this game tonight. It was something special to watch.
Well, that wraps it up. 81-78 your final score. Barnesville led by Tonsfeld and Zenzen with 28 and 22, and Breckenridge led by Cooper Yagi and Jonah Christensen with 18 and 16, and an honorable mention to Sebastian Anderson with 14 on the night. We're going to wrap this thing up. We got to be up at 10 a.m. I got to be up a little bit earlier at 8 to set up equipment and all that good stuff. EDC tournament from North Dakota. We conclude our North Dakota half of our broadcast schedule tomorrow. 6 games, 10 a.m. The last one scheduled for 8 o'clock. We'll talk to you bright and early at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, live here on Magnitude Sports. Have a great night.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.